The interviews with Letecia Stauch were pretty long, so for those that prefer to watch in parts, we have broken them up for you. The links to the other parts of these videos are in the description below. Thank you.
I am Letecia Stauch, which is Gannon's stepmother.
You've been a part of the investigation since the very first time. You were the last person to see him. Is that right?
Correct.
What did you see when you last saw him?
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about anything with the case. I would more so be willing to talk about how the community needs to have faith and continue to work together and not make these false accusations, like the things that have been said that I've disappeared from the community. I haven't been there to help, but there's lots of reasons behind that.
Reasons like death threats, right?
Right. Death threats are one of them. My family's getting lots of death threats. We counted over 20-some death threats already. Two, my husband's ex-wife is living in our home, and of course I'm not coming home to do these things and to help with the family when I was kind of like told I couldn't. And then many other things that happened with the El Paso County Police Department, you know, and in doing the investigation I was told I wasn't complying. And could I elaborate on that?
Please do.
Yes, so I asked for an attorney during the interview, and I was denied that by them. I was held because they were blocking the door, and I was told I couldn't leave, and that if I would have touched them, they would have probably, you know, said I still wasn't complying or said I was, you know, trying to run away or something. But during the interview, I asked several times, could I stop the interview? Could I get an attorney? Could I stop the interview? Could I get an attorney? I was denied. I was told I couldn't get nothing to drink. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I mean, it was continuously that my constitutional rights were violated.
Welcome all you couch detectives out there. Join us every week for new cases, and if you're a fan of true crime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. The absolute best way to support the channel is to subscribe, and if you appreciate what we're doing here, hit that like button, let us know that we're moving in the right direction. Okay, enough rambling, let's get into it. If you are unfamiliar with this case, Letecia Stauch was the last person to see her stepson, 11-year-old Gannon Stauch, alive. She reported him as a runaway on January 27, 2020, and after weeks of searching, Gannon's body was eventually found in Pace, Florida by bridge workers. He was in a suitcase. Letecia made several different reports to authorities regarding the disappearance of Gannon, including a kidnapping, a bike accident, him running away. In this interview, you will hear a few of those stories out of her mouth. This is the first police interrogation of Letecia Stauch. It takes place at the El Paso County Sheriff's Office in Colorado. You will notice that she's in a different kind of room here. This room is primarily for questioning witnesses and victims, and Letecia was mostly considered to be both or one of those things at the time. Before we get started, let's have a moment of silence for the victim in this case.
Okay. And you had mentioned that you thought maybe you would find somebody that would want to do like a side job or whatever else.
Right.
How much did he say he was going to charge you for doing this and for the carpet and stuff like
Right.
that?
So we never had made that just like that conversation. I just said, hey, and I'll give you a small donation. So what I did was I said, okay, I think my ex-husband, Harley's dad, he used to like work in sheetrock and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm thinking little jobs like this back home would have been like $10 an hour. Here, it's probably a little more, like $15, $20 an hour, whatever. And I said, I'll give you a small donation. You didn't ask me earlier about this part, so sorry if we left that out.
That's okay.
And I said, I'll give you a small donation. And then in my mind, a donation was going to be $50. So that's exactly, I had cash. And that's exactly what I had was the $50, like on the counter. And I explained that to him, that it would be on the counter. Thank you for, doing it. Make sure the garage is closed. And like I said, you didn't ask me all that, but I did go through a conversation. I just didn't be like, hey, bring the carpet. Here's the
Sure, and that's why we
I didn't
go
want
back.
you to think that because
that's why we do
not
it.
what happened. I went through the process of make sure you close the garage back. We have a security system. I told him we had cameras. I talked it up through the conversation.
Okay.
To let him know that this is the steps and the processes and stuff like that to follow.
Okay. So let's talk about that conversation a little bit, just because we didn't, and that's why we go back and get more information and everything else like that. So he says he has the carpet, and then did you ask him like, okay, can I just have the carpet, or did you ask him like, can you fix it for me, or
What do you
or
mean,
did he
me-
volunteer to fix it for you?
What do you mean me just have it? 'Cause
Like, did you ask him if he would just give you the carpet, or like?
I was going to be like a package deal, I was assuming. Because it's just like, I wasn't asking for like the carpet for the size room. I gave him like the
Okay.
like the size. So in my mind is, if he's bringing a scrap, like rolls or scraps or whatever, that's already some extra from the job.
Okay, so you didn't ask him to just like bring you carpet so you could fix it. You asked him to come and fix it for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I had it in my mind to fix it,
Mhm.
but then I was like, you have to measure, and then like, because I changed tools, like one side was going to be like this length, so if you cut it different on that side, and it just was a little out of my what I thought process so that I could do.
Okay. Yeah. Have you if you've never done carpet before?
Yeah.
I would imagine that
Yeah.
like trying to patch something would be
Right.
kind of hard,
Right.
especially if you had to
Mhm.
use different stuff to
Yes.
cut it. Okay. Okay. So he agrees to
Yes.
come to your house to fix it. So
Right.
you give him the address.
I I went through the whole spiel of here's where it's at, like here's money, how much we do back home. I mean, it was probably like a good 2-3 minute conversation
Okay.
of the specifics that needed to be done, and
Okay.
I did that out of panic because I needed to get it fixed. I didn't want to put it on Craigslist because people say call me or this, and they upcharge, and we need to replace the whole section and things like that.
And did he tell you like what he would charge you, or did you just say this is how much I'm willing to pay?
No, I just immediately said that I was going to give a donation,
Okay.
like in the terms of, I didn't really have a lot to give you, but can you like hook me up? But I kind of was like, can you like hook me up like that?
Okay.
Being more of like a, please do this for me, I really need it type. I don't have a lot of money.
Like a favor.
Yeah,
thing?
I mean, because if he's on the job working and he makes so much an hour and can make an extra $50 that day, that was 150 might turn into 200.
Gotcha.
So in my mind of thinking of doing that was back to the times that Harley's dad would do the same thing. He would be like, don't go pay a subcontractor, just go get someone who wants to work after hours, or
Mhm.
whatever. And so that was my thought process. That'd be cheaper, faster, someone will come do it right away, and then we're done with the situation.
Okay. So, what did you tell him as far as like how to get into the house and stuff like that?
What do you mean how to get? I just gave him the garage code,
Okay.
and I explained where the carpet needed to be replaced.
Okay.
There's no like when you enter the home, there's no like specifics. You just upstairs, downstairs. That's it.
Okay. So you told him it was downstairs
Mhm.
and kind of the area that it was in, or
You walk downstairs, you would have saw it.
okay.
Like it wouldn't have been like you needed to go search for it. I mean, that's
Okay.
common sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I haven't
No,
been
I'm not
there,
saying you
so-
common sense. I'm saying to the person that's common sense, like, oh, there's carpet, Because see, I had took the rug right here when I showed the police when they came. I had took the rug and put like a piece of carpet that was on it. But the problem with the piece of carpet that was on it was that was a piece of carpet that was from the outside.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like we walk on it.
Mhm.
And,
It was like an extra piece. That,
right. And I mean, sure, they could have, used the same carpet, but I needed a carpet to fit a specific size. So if someone
Sure.
had extra carpet, then why not go ahead and fix the whole thing,
Sure.
And we could have a little extra roll for hopefully if there's ever any emergencies or anything like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought that there would have been some somewhere. Like,
In your house?
right.
Okay.
Because, like, sometimes, I knew, like, when we had our home, we sold it, we left our square, what are they called, the hardwood floors? We
Mhm.
left, like, maybe, like, 10 little sheets and
Mhm.
things like that. So, like, I thought, but in my mind, like, okay, no, I'm just going to go. I hadn't seen anything, so I had to,
Go find
go
it.
find it, yeah.
Okay.
And you act so much differently when you're trying to be impulsive and hurry up and get it done, quick decision, when I probably could have just been like, hey, let's look at something that we have, maybe in the back corner, we could have cut a piece out or something like that. But I didn't want to go messing up another lady's house.
An old lady's house.
Another lady's house. Like,
Oh.
it's her house. Like, the renter, like, the owner, we rent from them.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
rent.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you guys owned.
No.
bad. My bad. Okay. So, so you left, so you went there, you said that he was about 5'8".
Yeah.
Okay. What color hair did he
I
have?
say 5, because my husband's 6'5", foot, just a little bit shorter, skinny, dark hair, like dark hair like mine. You might think I'm Hispanic, so like I'm really brown in the summer, but
I have brown hair too. That doesn't mean you're Hispanic.
I know, but people always think that. So skin complexion was a lot darker than mine.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if you want me to give you like a Sephora skin complexion thing, but I would say like middle to tannish color.
And was his hair, like, did it have texture to it? Was it straight? Was it curly?
Well, he had a thing on his head, so it was like a little, I don't know, like a little hat piece or something. And it was just, I can't tell you like a hairstyle because he had like a little brown like strap thing around it, but it was just like almost like jet black hair.
Okay.
But it wasn't like long.
Okay. And then, what was his face shape like?
Maybe like a little chubbier than mine.
Okay.
Like more rounded.
Was there anything about his face that like stands out that would help us be able to find him? Like that would we be able to be like, that's the guy right there? Like, did he have?
Well, I would notice there was
tattoos,
like
or-
sounds bad saying, but like maybe like a little bit of is it craters or like the little holes. I don't say holes. You know, like you know how you can see some people and it's got like a little like holy like skin from the acne.
like acne scars?
Yeah, like scars.
Okay, yeah, that's really good stuff. So
Yeah,
don't
so
feel
like-
bad about telling
So
us.
like acne, like scars were kind of like present just a little bit there,
Okay.
and not bad though, not like super bad, but it could have been like even more like wrinkles or like whatever. But it's just a little section of like right here, but you can tell it was just like from like age or whatever,
Okay.
or maybe even from dryness. I don't know. I wasn't giving him a skin consultation, but I do remember there was like little spots here.
Okay. Did he have any facial hair?
Yes, he had a mustache that went right here, like around in this area, and that was completely it.
Okay.
It went like this here, like the.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to give you this because I don't know how to say the wording.
Okay, just a mustache.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said his hair was like jet black.
Mhm.
Do you remember like could you tell approximately how long it was?
For his hair?
Like, was it long, short?
Yeah, I just told you that. I just said it wasn't long. It was the belt like barely fit around it and like flat, like like little flat pieces here.
Mm-hmm.
So not bald, but not long. Nothing was hanging on
Okay.
on the shoulders or anything like that.
But it wasn't like a military cut or anything like that.
Yeah, no, not a military coat or anything at all.
Okay. So kind of like medium length.
Mhm.
Okay. And then, how old do you think he was?
I would say easily late 30s, early 40s.
Okay.
But and based upon me thinking that too about the facial structure, you know how you can look at some people's skin and the elasticity or whatever it is different. So like those little, you could tell that had been there for a while.
Okay.
Almost like it was like I don't want to say a sunburn, but almost like you could just tell something had been. That's the very unique feature I just wanted you to have because that wasn't something that, like, hey, did the person have lipstick? This was, on their face.
Right.
That's going to be permanent.
Sure. Do you remember seeing any tattoos or any other like
No,
large
I didn't remember
scars?
seeing. I just remember the vest. I didn't see any tattoos. He had a shirt under the vest. I don't shirt or jacket.
Okay.
I mean, like I say under the vest, but like how you have the vest over and people wear the shirt. Yeah, that's like a Colorado thing. So that's kind of.
What color was the jacket? Do you remember? Or
I
the shirt?
just remember the red part because remember I told you earlier I was like I think it's red, but I was talking about this top layer. That
Yep.
Was, yeah.
That the vest was red.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know if you remembered what color the shirt was that was underneath.
No, I
or if
don't.
you- Okay.
I don't.
And then you said he had boots on.
Yeah, he had on like the Rocky boots or like the construction boots that everybody wears.
Do you remember what color they were?
Yeah, they were that light tan like a sand.
Okay.
And he had, remember I told you he had the belt thing. I don't know, everybody has a belt, but I just.
You said it was a tool belt?
Yeah, it was like a strap thing that had a pocket. A hang.
Okay.
And remember I told you that it was jeans. But I don't remember like a specific color. It was just, oh yeah, you see somebody, you're like, oh, person in a black shirt, person whatever. I didn't.
Okay.
I do, but the face did stick out, and I wish I was good at drawing because I'd want you to like notice that or whatever. And it was like more rounded, kind of like craters type things.
Sure. And then, so, and you went through the fact that, so you guys left there and you went to Petco?
Well, we already talked about, I don't know if I got gas beforehand or not, but I told you guys I would be more than willing to give you the information from exact travel for the route. But we immediately left the Worsted Ranch area, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was, you had said you were going to leave him the cash on the bar. Did you go back and put that there, or were you going to, like, or had you left that there whenever you left?
No, so we have, I always have, like, everything that was in with all the notes and everything like that was in the drawer that sits on this side of the kitchen or whatever.
Okay.
I had cash put in there because I had gotten, I was playing the lottery, so I had gotten cash back from the lottery, and I had already laid it out on the counter. My mindset was the reason I already laid it on the counter was not because I had it predetermined I was going to leave it out for a specific person. I already had it laid out on the counter because I was going to give that money to Harley, because Harley has been paying on the dog because Chance, we finance him.
Okay.
Like, I say finance him, but she's paying him back or whatever, and we always give her a portion of Chance and a portion of her car payment. So I was going to give that back to her anyway.
Okay.
And so in that moment, I don't even remember when I came in that I checked to see that the whole I left her $100, but I didn't check in the moment if that $100, like when I walked in, I didn't say, hey, there was only 20 there, and my mind wasn't thinking about, like, it was gone, so I thought, okay, but in my conversation with him, here's how much you want to do, donation, blah, blah, blah. So when I come in, I didn't think to go look to see if he left the remainder of the $100. Like, that just wasn't in my mindset, because
it was already there on the counter whenever you had left.
Right, and that was just because when Harley got in, I was going to tell her that was usually, like, I Zilly her money, or, like, whatever we pay.
You what?
Zilly.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, everyone else does Zilly, like, so it's kind of like Apple Pay or whatever.
Okay.
So usually, like, I Zilly her money or things like that. But Albert knows this. I haven't had my USAA credit card in such a while, so I didn't have a way to go get it or whatever, so I had lottery ticket money.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll just use the lottery ticket money that I'd been stashing to go buy new lottery tickets.
Okay. And do you remember, was that, like, when you put it out there, was it like 20s?
Yeah, so it's
10s?
it's always 10s, and the reason it's always 10s is because I tell myself I'm not playing anything like above the 10 amount.
Okay.
And I go to the save weight all the time and put it in that machine. So
Okay.
if you put more than $10 in that machine, they're going to keep it. You have to.
Oh, okay.
You have to ask, like, I put a 20 in there. You got to send 20 in lottery tickets.
Okay. So you had $10 or $100 in $10 bills on the counter when you left.
Yes.
Okay. So you weren't worried. You didn't have to go back to, like, put that back out for him before you went out.
Yeah, no, and I
like
didn't
that.
intentionally, like, leave it out and say, whatever. In my mind when I left, because I didn't know, like, hey, what time. I didn't have a specific time. I knew I needed to be back before Lena, but usually Harley gets off at 3:15, so I was assuming she might beat me back home.
Okay.
But she worked. Remember I told you, like, they were having people having to take the shifts and all that. So she ended up working until later in the day.
Sure. Okay. All right. So, and then you come home. Let's talk about what happens when you come home. Okay. And I know that that it can be difficult to talk about. So.
And I didn't want to talk about that part without. I'm one of those people that tries to like not think that mental health is always an issue or like things like that. And in my mind, I was afraid of the whole, like, oh, it causes mental health problems, like that type of thing. So, so talking about it, I'm trying to, like, don't think if I'm, like, emotions, I'm trying to be the blocker to think that I'm not going to let that be a stigma that I'm going to have mental health problems because of this. So that's...
No, and what I was going to say is because, I've been a special victims unit detective, and so I've had to investigate different types of assaults and sex assaults and stuff like that with adults and children.
Right.
And so I just kind of want to let you know, and this is, I would let anybody that I was going to have this conversation know that that's what I've experienced with, and that it can be a hard thing to talk about, and that I understand that. And that it can be kind of a sensitive subject,
Right.
and like people don't always want to say
Mm-hmm.
specifics. But for us, like, to be able to document everything and to be able to really pursue it, we have to get into the specifics. And I just want to apologize up front for that because I know it can be uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Are you okay? Do I have to talk about that? I don't want it to, like, mess it. Like, I don't want to be dreaming in stuff anymore. I'm sorry, you don't want what? Like, dreaming. I don't want to dream anymore about it. Maybe I keep saying it. And, like, in my mind, I keep saying it. And I'm trying to block it. And I'm fighting a battle blocking out exactly everything, you know? Sure. Well, so... I mean, if you would just ask, like, and I could say yes or no or something. I just don't want to be, like really specific in terms of, are you talking about, like, you're going to ask me questions about, like... So what I'd like you to do is start by telling me what you remember hearing whenever you came in that day. And then, and as you walk me through it, I'll have to ask you some questions, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you, and correct me if I get anything wrong, okay? You had said earlier that whenever you came in, that you thought maybe that Gannon had come into the house first.
I'm almost positive he went into the house first because I had to get the bags that we had purchased.
Okay.
Like the Petco bags.
Sure. And you guys came in through the garage, correct?
I want to say the garage. I'm like 80% that it was the garage because we parked on the front with Albert's truck.
Okay. So you come in through the garage. Gannon has already come inside.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first thing you remember seeing whenever you come inside?
I usually always go in to think about, you know, hey, I need to let the dogs out. Hey, I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that is my mentality, is to go in to do that. And the alarm could tell if no, it won't, because I had put those things on there. See, that's where the hard part is, because I can't give you the exact time, because yeah, it might. Some of the sensors, remember I told you I had the things going on and we had put the little towel things on them or whatever? Some of the sensors were picking up, but some of them weren't. So I can't give you the exact time. If I went in, I could tell you if I went in and went upstairs or went downstairs first by the motion. But the motion was all off because I had put
towels
right.
You
So,
hadn't pulled those down from the night before yet?
Yeah, like in my mind that was not like...
Sure.
Some of them, like the one in the corner, like hangs off the side, so it might have picked it up or it might have not. So if it wasn't for that, I could tell you by that, did I go straight in and go straight to the basement? Because it would say like,
well, so
upstairs.
I want to, so with this kind of conversation, it's really all about what you remember and what your perspective is. Okay.
So I remember it was just basically being, you know, like normal, because I'm excited. We got, you know, new clothes for the pets, and we're coming in the door, yada yada yada.
Okay.
The day's halfway through. I knew I had specific responsibilities to continue out the rest of the night. My brain hadn't said, hey, you need to go check or anything with the money yet, because I just wasn't on that, you know, that direction yet.
Sure.
I was on the direction I wanted to work out. I wanted to listen to my music. I wanted to just like relax. That was my mindset. So it wasn't to be like, okay, this here, this here, this. That type of thing.
Sure.
So it should have been, because I gave someone the code to get into our house. But in my experience in Lorson Ranch, it's been that, you know, most everyone has people. They give people their codes and let them come in to fix things, and you know, like you can do the Amazon packages and have them delivered inside the door. So I wasn't thinking, you know, like I need to run in and check, make sure it's okay. If I felt that I was doing a harmful situation, that would have been my first off, I wouldn't have done it. But second off, I would have went in immediately and been like, did he fix what he's supposed to do? Did he take something from the home? That would have been my initial thing. So it was a normal, I want to listen to music, I want to work out. I don't know, I might have got something to drink. I don't, up and down, dogs, that type of thing. That would have been my, mentality. But I didn't hear anything until I had my headphones on, and I thought, like, it's one of those things where you thought you heard something, because, like, the downstairs, if anybody makes any kind of noise, like a boing, it's like, it echoes really loud.
Oh, really?
Like, it has, like a louder echo through the vents.
Okay.
So even sometimes, whether you're asking about noise counseling or not, even, like, having things on or not, sometimes it's just the way that, they're sitting on there, you hear something, and that was, like, almost like an echo noise.
Okay.
And that was, and below my room would be that storage room.
Okay.
So
you were in your room when you heard that?
So when I heard that, I don't remember if I was I know I had the headphones on.
Okay.
So I don't remember if I was in the room or walking back and forth, because I had a big speaker box over here, and then either I play the big speaker or play the headphones, or however on the big speaker back and forth. So I don't know if I was like here, there. Again, I wish I could give you the motion thing, because that would give you a better time, like at 254 to whatever, 25 here, like that. But when I heard it, that's when I was just kind of like, oh, did I hear something? Remember, I even told you earlier, I had a couple of times before I even thought that would be of a concern.
Sure. So when you thought you heard something, what happened next?
So I don't remember if it was one or two times or whatever that I kind of was like doing this here, like back and forth, and that's when I told you that I, started to walk down the stairs, and I told you that Gannon was on to the right of the area.
Okay.
Like when you walk down the stairs, he was on the right of the area.
Okay.
And the guy was over here.
Okay. And was the guy just out, or?
No, the noise was probably because of like moving around, I guess, or whatever. And the door was like almost not necessarily like a semi-crack, but well, maybe a little semi-crack. I don't know if he was looking out, like peeking out or anything like that. And so I noticed that someone was right there. Okay. And that's when immediately it was just, there was no, it wasn't like, hey, how are you? It was, if someone's in your home, they're not there to, when they're not supposed to be doing whatever, they're not there to like talk to you. It was immediate from then on. That it went to that, and Gannon came in.
Okay.
Tried to get on.
So
blah, blah, blah.
let's slow all that part down.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you go downstairs. You notice somebody's there. What's the next thing that happens?
So I noticed that he was there, and he had. I told you when I went in my room earlier. One of the things that I remember triggered, not necessarily triggered, but I thought was odd. But I had my shades, and I remember I told you my doors were open to the cabinet in the room.
Okay.
So I noticed that they were open. So that kind of in my mind was like, did I leave that open? But that also set off the fact of when your brain runs rapidly and you're looking, you're like, oh gosh, that's why that door was open.
Okay.
That
so like you put it together.
Right. I put it together very, very quickly, and so that part ran back in my mind. And so immediately when he saw that, he saw me. I don't know if the intentions was to us to come in that soon. I don't know the intentions if it was to do anything, because I don't think the intentions was going to be to like take anything from us, because it was he already had on gloves. He already had obtained a gun from our home, like had already done those things, and immediately it was in attack mode for me.
Okay.
And from there, and I didn't mention to you, I did go in the cabinet, because I take a lorazepam for anxiety, and I was like already super anxiety from like having all this, like going on and stuff with the like fire and stuff like that. So I took 2 lorazepams. So I did go in and take two lorazepams and blah, blah, yada, yada.
And that was in the cabinet, the lorazepam, or was that somewhere else?
Like in the kitchen?
No, you said that you went in. So where was
Oh,
the
I'm sorry. Like in the kitchen, we have a kitchen cabinet. I should say that to you.
Okay.
The cabinet that I'm talking about that the doors are is a bedroom cabinet. I say cabinet. It's like a armoire, like a smaller one that has doors that open. Okay. I should specify cabinet thing or something.
Right.
The bedroom one, the kitchen one would be where the
medication.
Right. So I did take. That's why I said I think I might have got something to drink or something, but I did take 2 lorazepams.
Okay.
And so that I did do that, and then I did come down or whatever.
Okay. So just so we're clear, the kitchen cabinet was where your medication was. Describe for me the armoire in the bedroom where the shades and your gun would
So
sit.
you want to know like what's in it or like what?
What does it look like? What
So
color is it?
Sorry, so it's silver,
Mhm.
like almost like a chromish color with like glass.
Okay.
And it does have handles, like little knobs that you can pull on or what, like pull open.
Mhm.
And then of course they have like I keep my important documents in there, like a passport or.
Does it have drawers or anything?
No drawers.
Okay.
It has the insert.
Like shelf?
Yeah, the shelf.
Okay. Perfect. And where's that fit in your bedroom?
If you walk in the room, like say I'm like opening the door, walking in the room, it's exactly right here.
Okay. And does it sit on something or does it have its own feet?
Like it's on feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're talking
Yeah,
about
it has its own feet.
Okay.
Yeah, and like if I had to do like I don't know what, samples or whatever, I just wanted to tell you about the medicine because I didn't want you to be like, oh. Well, I mean, it's prescribed to me anyway, so.
Yeah, sure, that's not
Yeah, and I had already taken one that morning too, so it was just, I don't have to take them in panic attacks, but I just had taken a lot, I don't say a lot of it, that sounds bad, but I had taken, I don't take any at all unless I'm having a panic attack. And I had,
So it was a little bit more than usual.
right, just because it was just, like,
Okay.
the whole anxiety of it. So.
So you go downstairs
Mhm.
and you see him and you said that he had already found a gun.
He had already been in the home,
Mhm.
like in our home, like moving, like I say moving, like doing something, because you wouldn't have just walked in and known, hey, there's something here. You would have to go in, and most people would probably look through drawers and things like that. I don't know. I'm not making that assumption. That's what he did. I'm just saying he had already obtained one. By the
Okay.
time I can't speak for what, like what went on or
And
anything
I'm
of
not
that
asking you
nature.
to.
Okay.
What can you describe the gun for me?
So it was our black gun.
Black gun.
I don't know what make and like what the brand was or whatever.
Okay. Was it, do you know whether it was like a revolver or like a
Yeah.
like a
no,
pistol
automatic. It's
or-
automatic.
automatic?
Yeah, like you just pull the trigger.
Okay. And is that like and do you know the caliber maybe?
I think it's a 380 maybe
380.
or 9, one of those.
Okay. So you said it was y'all's black gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many guns do you guys have?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. What kinds are they?
I don't know the big one that Albert has. It's kind of like an AR something.
Okay.
And then there's the shotgun. And so I think they're both 2 380s.
380?
Yeah, like I think I think it's like a 380 or like a
Sure.
they're both 380s.
Okay. And are they both black or like sometimes they have like the colorful one?
Yeah, mine's like a teal color.
Okay. So you have a black one and a teal one?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 I just wanted to cover that really quick. Okay. So you go downstairs. He's already obtained a gun. You think it's your black gun.
Well, no, I don't think. I saw the color black.
Okay.
So I was assuming where I told you that my mind went through that was like
That it was
our black gun.
right.
Now, at that time, I wasn't 100% if it was or not because
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of black guns.
Sure. So tell me what happens next.
So, do you want me to go through the whole assault again?
Well, we need to know like more specifics about it. So you said you saw him and that he had the gun and then he attacked you. How did he attack you?
I know you said you worked with victims and stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to tell someone about people touching you.
Sure, I get that.
can I just need to, like, not relive that right now. Can I get a little bit?
Like, you want to take a break, or?
I just, you're wanting me to give you, like, play-by-play, basically, of an assault is very hard for you to ask me to do.
Okay.
That's not like me explaining how to play a game. That's very difficult to explain what you remember.
Well, and we can take it slowly, and you can tell me what you remember, what happened, and stuff like that. You know, I want to make sure that you're okay, and I want to try and find Gannon, right?
Right.
Okay, so the more details that I have, the better it is that I'm going to be able to try and help you and to try and help Gannon.
Right.
Okay?
Well, me telling you about an assault on me is not going to get, like, a faster result unless we, like, actually put some action into it, you know?
What
like,
do you mean?
Like, I don't know, like, action, is it too late to, like, check your body? I mean, is it...
No, it's not.
Like, those type of things, is that,
It's not too late at all, actually. No, it's not. And if you want to do that, we can actually absolutely get that set up so that we can make that happen. So it's definitely not too late.
Is it, like, a private, like, area, or, like, how does that work?
So it's called a SANE exam, and they're done by forensic nurses
Okay.
at the hospital.
Okay. So it's, like, in a actual... People
Yep.
wouldn't know that's what you're there for.
Nope. And so, I mean, well, obviously the nurses would,
Right.
but not, like, just whoever else is in the hospital.
Right.
No. And so, because it is, like, because it's a forensic thing and because it's part of a criminal case, you know, obviously this person who assaulted you, you know, so that we could gather evidence to make sure that, you know, when we find them, that we can prosecute them and stuff like that. We would want to take you over there to the hospital, and we get the forensic nurse to come and talk to you.
Okay.
And then they have paperwork to go over with you, just like any other kind of, like, bureaucracy or anything else like that,
Okay.
right? And they get your permission to gather that evidence from you and to do an exam. Okay. And they're all females, all the nurses.
Okay.
So, and, you know, they have their process that they go through, and they collect all that evidence, and then that's turned over to us.
Okay.
So it's not too late at all to do
Okay.
that.
So that was my...
But we need to know what happened, because just like if, you know, like, and this is just like a totally off the wall example, but like if your kid comes in and tells you, hey, mommy, I'm hurt because I fell down, well, you need to know where they fell and how they fell and whatnot so you can help them.
But that's the easy,
right,
easy thing. But when you're doing several different things in your brain, and not to mention you're being violated physically, it's hard to give that specific, you know, details. I remember the pushing me in the room. I remember having my head hit. I remember those things.
Sure. And what I'd like for
I
you
remember
to do,
my clothes getting taken off.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't want to be telling you this got taken off. I don't want to be on that.
And that's not what it is.
I would tell that to, like, a nurse, you know, in the specifics, so that could assist in the process. But maybe I would. I say I would, but I don't know. It's just a hard thing to be like, okay, your pants were tight. You remember this, you remember that, like that.
Sure. And really, we need to know, like, the narrative of it, and there will be some stuff that I would ask specifics of. And if you remember, you remember, and if you don't, you don't. Or what you can say is, you know, well, I remember that, but I don't want to say.
No, I'm not trying to not tell you anything. I just, it's just a hard process. I guess maybe I'm thinking you're asking me too much details. Maybe I'm overthinking what you're asking me. So do you want me to, like I said, do a play-by-play of what I remember, like as far as, like, clothing?
Like, well, just start at the beginning and tell me what happened, okay?
So, sorry, I just come off.
Sure.
So when he pushed me into the room,
Okay.
I remember, like, a battle process of, like, you know, like, back and forth, like that type of thing. I remember that type of thing.
Tell me more about that. The battle back and forth.
Well, if someone, he's not much bigger than me, so it's not like it was this big, powerful person that, I feel like I'm fairly kind of a little strong.
Sure.
So it wasn't just here, get on the ground. It was, getting, move around the room. I don't really remember, which direction.
Sure.
After I hit my head the first time, that's when it started to be a little blur into what was happening next.
Okay.
So.
And remind me, what was it that you remember hitting your head on that first time?
I think I want to say it was that red and black table. I'm sorry, red and blue table that was in Gannon's room.
Red and blue table?
I feel like it was the red and blue table that was in Gannon's room because I remember, going back to hit my head.
Okay. Okay. And you keep motioning back here. Did
Yeah,
you hit the back of your head?
Right, yeah. So, it was in, there was a couple, the ground was a big force, but I was also fighting back, so I don't want you to think that it would have been some sort of, and I did have, I was going to, show you that I did have the blood in there a little bit, because from the little scratch, but I did have, the ability to push back some, because he wasn't, overpowering that, it was just here you go. And
Sure.
That sounds awful to say, but.
Okay. So when you got pushed into the room, and you got pushed, you guys are doing this battle back and forth, and you hit your head, did you end up on the ground first?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't. I just remember hitting my head, and I remember the next time I hit my head, the second time that he came back after me and tried again. So there was a couple of times that I kind of was in and out of it. And
so what?
Not to mention, I had taken lorazepam, a little extra than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, a little bit. I don't know how to say out there. I did not. I'm like that, but it was kind of being zoned out a little bit.
Sure.
It was almost like I was out, blacked out.
Okay.
Because it was one of those things where I could hear what was going on, but I didn't know what was going on, or vice versa.
What do you remember feeling?
There was not pain as far as your female part. I feel like the pain was on the struggle of your body was tired.
Okay.
So it's tired in trying to your brain's telling you don't give in, but your body is just in a tired mode.
Okay.
And that was, it was more of and I just almost, it's almost like I was giving up, but I wasn't, once we were, I can't talk about that part.
So are you saying once did he penetrate you?
I remember my clothes coming off. Not my top part.
Okay.
I remember the bottom part, and I don't remember if this was the first time or on the second time, which wasn't a successful time. I remember my clothes coming off on the bottom, and I remember having my top on.
Okay.
And I remember I was pushing, pushing back.
Sure.
And then I, out of my mind, it was almost a little blur because I hit my head again.
Mm-hmm.
How you're trying to push up,
Mm-hmm.
to push somebody off, and you get pushed back down and hit your head.
Okay.
And then just kind of let it. Yeah, I usually completed it.
I'm not gonna. Here's the thing: is that this conversation, what we talk about, is not. I'm not gonna run and talk to your husband about, or his ex-wife or
Yeah.
anything else like that? Okay.
I probably just gave, I don't want to say give in, because I didn't agree to it, but at that point, it feels like I did give in.
Okay. And, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. When you say that you gave in and that he completed it, do you...
I don't remember about, when I say completed, I mean as in, I was able to have that bolt of energy to get up again, type thing. I don't know if there was completed. I'm not wanting to think about that. That's just disgusting.
So I'm not asking if he ejaculated or anything else like that.
So I was like,
That wasn't my
okay,
question.
I'm sorry. That's what I thought.
So my question is, did he put his penis in your vagina?
Right, yes.
Okay. Do you know... Okay. Sorry, that question. And that was when you were on the ground? Okay. And you said that he was pushing you down. What part of your body was being pushed
I
down?
don't remember.
Okay. So you said that you kind of came back up.
At some point, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't want to give you wrong information about step by step about my body being violated. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's, because then every time I have to keep saying to you this is happening, and I have to say that to you again, and I have to say that to you again. It's difficult.
Okay. Was there anywhere else that you were penetrated?
No. You mean in another area?
Yeah, anywhere else on your body?
With the penis?
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Okay. And then at some point it ended. Okay. What happened next after it ended?
So, but it didn't end at that direct moment, because remember Gannon comes in.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Gannon comes in to jump on him.
Okay.
To kind of help me out.
Okay.
And so I don't remember anything but laying back, and I remember that I could hear that Gannon had came in.
Okay.
I could hear that he knew this is not what you're supposed to do.
That Gannon did?
Yeah, Gannon was aware that someone was trying to harm me.
Okay.
He might not have understood the complete in essence of it, but he understood someone was in our home and wasn't supposed to be doing what he was doing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, our home we're very open. We're always we talk about oh, you don't have a girlfriend, you don't do this until you're married. So,
Okay.
So he's very aware of, that's not how things happen.
Sure.
In his mind. So he came in
Okay.
at that point in time. And then I do remember that Gannon was, I don't want to say thrown, but he can't jump on a big guy. That's a big guy to him.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, 7, 8-ish
Mm-hmm.
is a big guy to him.
Sure.
Because he's full of something. And I don't remember from there. I just remember that Gannon tried to jump on him, and I remember Gannon was over here at this point in time, and then it was just kind of a blur about what happened, but I do remember after, when I say finish, I don't mean what you're asking me about ejaculating. I do remember when that was getting up,
Mm-hmm.
that it was a situation.
So
that was when he had the gun to Gannon afterwards, not necessarily at him, but had the gun and had Gannon.
Okay. Can you tell me more about that?
So I just know that in the way he had him was kind of not necessarily at a here, or if I had a dummy to show you, it was more of a...
Do you have a look?
Okay. So it was more of a just wrapped around,
Okay.
but Gannon didn't, when he recognizing the gun, he wasn't trying to at that point fight
Okay.
fight back to him.
Okay.
He was just crying to me to help him.
Okay.
I made the decision to try to send the other kids somewhere else, because what if I would have ran for help
Okay.
at that point in time. I had every opportunity to run for help then.
Mhm.
And I'm not a good enough shooter to like, or I really don't, to like run, go, feel like I'm going to shoot somebody, you know, because I don't, someone else has a gun too, you see what I'm saying? So I'm just not, my mind wasn't thinking that of trying to create harm if I made a dumb decision.
Okay.
And that was probably where I should have done some sneaky technique of, I thought about it after. I should have like gave Lena a letter, you know, or something like that and said, hey, go to the mailbox, take the neighbor's letter. Like, this is something I thought about after, but I didn't think about it in the time.
Okay.
Like, in the
So,
time frame of doing it.
so when you were on the ground and Gannon came in, what do you remember hearing?
Him yelling,
What was he yelling?
like he was yelling my name, like directed specifically at me, as in like,
Gannon was?
yeah, like,
What does he call you?
he goes, well, I just remember I told you about my name thing.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. What he
So
called
he
you.
was saying Tesha.
Tesha?
He was like saying, are you okay?
Okay.
And then that's when he realized I wasn't. Like, and I say I wasn't, but he realized I was kind of like in and out of it.
And what were you saying?
I was like immediately like doing, the first part was, doing the first time was doing the pushback, like get off of me, get off of me. So I
And
wasn't,
you said that?
but I wasn't communicating with Gannon.
Okay.
Like I wasn't saying, Gannon, go, you know, do this specifically, or like I didn't say like run, go do it. I didn't say anything directly that I recall.
Okay.
Now maybe I did, that I recall wasn't specific directions, you know, to guide him in any direction. That was more of like a, I say a battle, but like a back and forth thing instead of being. But but at that point, I do remember like when I was down and you kind of get like that little concrete where your head jars back a little bit. Right there, where your head jars back a little bit. It kind of made me a little like dizzy a little bit.
And was the man saying anything?
I don't remember anything but noises.
What kind of noises do you remember? I can't guess. That's the thing, right? So like I can't put words in your mouth. I can't guess. So I know like I'm sorry.
Like pleasure noises.
Pleasure noises.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it like pleasure noises, but like grunts and sounds.
Okay. And so he's making pleasure noises, and then Gannon comes in and yells your name. What does the man do?
I don't remember specifically. He just came and yelled my name, or if he jumped first, but
Okay. What does the man do?
it was more of like a this, but he was still inside of me,
Okay.
kind of. I say kind of, but like he's moving,
Okay.
so obviously he's got to put more, like, you got to put more like force on your body,
Okay.
and that's just when I just started to cry, because it was like a giving up, kind of like a giving up type moment.
I'm sorry that you are upset by that.
And it was just, because what are you supposed to do at that point?
Sure.
You can keep trying to fight, but they already taken something from you that you only have pursued yourself.
Sure. Do you remember Gannon saying anything else other than your name?
I know he was hollering help at some point, and I think that would have been when he had, I don't remember, oh gosh. I don't remember like anything other than, I think I feel like I remember the second, I think I remember around the second time of the battle he was saying, get off of her.
Okay.
But I don't, I'm telling you, when I tell you that, and I hope to God that you were never in that situation, it's almost like a blur because you're so disappointed in your, like, emotional feeling, like your self-worth.
Sure.
And how you feel about yourself.
Sure.
you feel like you're nothing.
What did you smell when this was happening?
I was going to say that to you. I forgot to, like earlier, and again, you didn't ask me that because I was thinking about, I could smell like a very strong, like paint, or like almost like a paint, like someone had been painting, or like they were around a house that might have had the drywall, almost like it was like a work smell.
Like you're doing this like the drywall. Are you talking about like paint or like the texture smell?
Yeah,
or?
like the powder of the drywall. You know how like you sand,
Sure.
and it has like that smell.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could smell like that part on them, but I feel like at one point I thought I smelled alcohol.
Okay. And you said that your ex, Harley's dad, did drywall. So the drywall smell is something that you would be familiar with?
He would have did it a while ago.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But I know, like, in our home and things like that, I'm pretty, I don't want to say, like, know a lot about drywall, but just from being around the work sites growing up, I say growing up with him, I was young when I was with him, I remember a lot about, you know, like drywall in general. So,
Sure.
I don't know if it's specifically drywall. It's more of like a sandpaper-ish type smell.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Did you smell anything else? You said you smelled alcohol.
at one point, I remember smelling like not like a deep, strong alcohol smell, but I could have like a sense of alcohol, like a breath of it.
Sure. Sure.
Come up like aroma,
Okay.
and it kind of was like a, I don't know, like almost like a foodish, like a salsa type smell. I remember at one point.
Okay.
Like you kind of like you walk into a restaurant and it smells like some fresh tomatoes and stuff like that.
What do you remember feeling on your back?
Just a couple of days before this, I have been having like a lot of lower back pains like already.
Mm-hmm.
So it took that like pain away, and it was almost like it was just like, because I'm getting pushed back, but I'm straining.
Mm-hmm.
So it was almost like I felt a little bit of nerve, but I didn't feel it. Like I didn't have any, hey, there's a back pain, oh, back to this. It wasn't like that. I knew that there was nerves being shifted or, you know, changed in some direction.
Okay.
That, because it was floor. So, kind of hard on the floor.
And just remind me, you went upstairs and told Lena to go away, basically, to keep her safe.
Right.
And then you came back down, and that was when he had Gannon, or he had Gannon before you did that?
You mean?
Like when you said that he had his arm wrapped around
Right.
him?
So once he had him, once I came back, because once I got up and whatever, there was the ring. Remember I told you about the motion and things. So he grabbed him then. He had him still when I came down, but
You grabbed him then?
Right. Remember the ring is what triggered, because there was the first ring that wasn't. There wasn't anybody on the ring, or there was no one there. Because I think I went up and down, or maybe I don't remember if I went up one time and down, or up one time twice. I don't remember exactly, but I remember there was two alerts.
Sure.
Or two triggers to the door.
Okay.
You know, and I was like, yeah, so two triggers. I feel maybe it was two times, because the first time there was nobody there.
Okay.
There was no. Something must have set it off. Yeah. So, and then there was this. Lena was the next trigger.
Okay.
But I knew the next one was Lena, because I knew the timing was almost perfect, and you can hear from our house when the bus hits its brakes.
Okay.
So I didn't have to go look at an app or anything with that, because I knew that, you know, the timing was just the same as normal.
Okay.
You know, that you can hear the bus is right there. You can hear, kids are on their way, like that type of thing. And
Sure.
I knew it was Lena, and that was my first thing I open up, I let Lena in, I had a conversation with her just like it was a normal day. But then that's when because I didn't want to be like, here, go. I did quickly say, here, go, whatever. But I wanted to not just open the door and be like, here, go right now.
Okay.
I had to at least make a 30-second, 1 minute, maybe I'm exaggerating 1 minute, but 30-second dialogue.
Okay.
Of, here, I need you to go get the milk.
Okay.
Or here, go, Daddy said go ride your bike. Or,
sure.
that type of thing. Because later on, I knew she was going to have to eat snack at some point, and I figured just that later on she was just eating. I figured out another time she eat snack. I was worried about getting her like out and about that time.
When
I'm sorry, I should have given her a note. I should have given her a note.
We don't, we don't need to go into like what you should have done or shouldn't have done or anything else like that. Things are never perfect, and we can beat ourselves up for 100 years about things we should have done. Right. Okay. So that's not. I'm not here to judge you or anything else like that. I'm here to understand what happened and try and gather as much as we can so that we can help you and we can help find Gannon. Okay. When the attack was going on downstairs, you said you got hit? Your head got hit a couple of times. Were you hit anywhere else?
I don't. Are you asking that about like punched or like?
Were you punched, slapped, kicked?
I don't remember. I don't remember being hit anywhere else.
Okay. Do you have any injuries?
I don't have like any specific injuries here because I was grabbing like this, like pushing up. Most of it was just like head. I don't want to say trauma, but head force on my head, and then the nerve in my like maybe spine or that part.
Okay. And then
I did like have like a little like this, that little cut like right there was like bleeding.
Okay.
And then my nails, I know they look crazy now, but they were, and then of course that was the burn mark, so that wasn't really it. So my nails were like that because when I get nervous, like I bite my nails or whatever. So, but that would have been from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go upstairs, tell Lena to go, and then you go back downstairs.
Right.
And he still has Gannon. What happens next?
So he still has Gannon. Hold on. Can I like be kind of try to read?
Yeah, do what you need to do.
So like he was the first time my body, and then he has Gannon, and I don't want to make sure he's not hurt, so I go upstairs, come back down. Oh, that's when he was asking. Well, he wasn't asking me. He was demanding different things. He was demanding like I probably didn't tell you that earlier, but I do remember that now.
Okay.
He was like demanding things from me. He was demanding me that I was not to say anything, that there would be consequences. He didn't say the word there would be consequences, but it was in a louder tone of direction of saying.
What exactly did he say?
I don't remember exactly. I just remember there was some sort of, you gotta make sure you don't tell anyone at the door, and I had common sense enough to know if he had Gannon and has a gun that I'm not gonna make a stupid decision. So coming back down, at that point in time, I remember being like, I don't remember if I was necessarily pleading or asking. Gannon was saying help. I didn't have a weapon. I couldn't just go grab and he hurt him. So somehow, I don't remember exactly what, we end up being in it again. Being in a commotion again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the second time that he was attempting to try. And that's when I kind of went completely on blackout, and I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember I told you he was demanding different things, and I gave him a brown suitcase. I gave him a box that was in the room. He asked me, he demanded the brown suitcase. Well, he didn't demand the brown one, he demanded a suitcase. And I just gave him the brown suitcase.
Okay.
And in my mind, I didn't know.
Can you describe the suitcase for me?
I don't remember. I just remember we have like 10.
Okay.
I just remember it's a brown.
Is it like a
The
a checked bag, a carry-on bag?
Yeah, maybe like 27 inches, maybe.
Okay.
Like,
So
you
it's
know,
like
like
one you would check, not one you
No,
would carry
you
on.
can't check 27. You can only check 20, 21. So
So checked is the ones that like you give to them.
right. That it can't be over 21. Like spinners or whatever can't be over 20. It has to be over 21. It doesn't have to be over 21 check, but if it's over 21, it can't be a carry-on.
Right.
So the bigger, but
So it was
not.
a bigger one?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like I say about 27
Okay.
inches or I say inches or whatever. And I thought he was gonna put things in our home in it, like
Okay.
take all of our stuff and like our anything that needed. I thought he was gonna like take the guns
What did he do with it?
and take like I don't know. I provided what he asked for
Mhm.
or demanded, and then we got into it again because there was yelling, and I don't remember what we were yelling about, but
Mhm.
it was just anything I could do. If I give you this, take everything.
Mhm.
Can we just whatever,
Mhm.
And
Okay. And you said that he wanted a box.
yeah, he that was one of the things that I'm trying to remember all of it. And that's why I said I thought he was gonna pack our like whatever there was in our home, because
Mhm.
originally I didn't think that he was in our home to take. Remember I told you I didn't think he was in our home to take something because
Uh-huh.
he was to find a gun. But at that point I thought he was gonna like clean us out, or I say clean us out, take whatever he could.
Like steal things.
Yeah,
right?
like steal things from us, because you can, if you're in Morrison Ranch and you're like, oh, I'm going to the airport, but it doesn't look like you're walking out the front door with a TV. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was my mindset of like,
Oh, so you think that he was going to, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like what you're telling me is you thought he was going to take stuff from your house and put it in the suitcase in the box and
Right.
make it look like he was going to the airport,
yeah, like
not
going
like
to,
he was stealing
yeah,
from you.
and I don't want to say specifically the airport, but like it looked like to
Going
make
to
it,
travel.
yeah. So like in my mind, I'm just thinking he's about to clean this out, but I don't really care. Take everything
Sure.
that he wants to take. That was like in my
Sure.
mindset. And then I remember there was like talking or yelling, or I don't remember how we got to part, the second part, but I remember he wasn't able to, and of course between all that, I mean, I wasn't running around naked. I had to put my pants back on,
Sure. And
and that was a awful feeling. Like, I mean, it wasn't like, I just ran upstairs and I had to, like put myself back together.
what do you mean by put yourself back
Like
together?
my pants, like I
Okay.
couldn't. If I would have showed up at the front door or whatever with Lena or anyone. I mean, I walk around in like shorts and all that, but I'm saying like it would have been, and like you said, we're not going to go on what I should have done, but it could have put off alarm to this is what you need or whatever. But this is my daughter. Is it okay
Sure.
if I just let her? Uncle wants you. Okay.
Do you remember? So can you describe the box for me?
Just a brown box.
Was it like a cardboard box?
Yeah,
Was it
like-
a wooden box. Was
yeah,
it like a metal? Like, did it have stuff in it?
Yeah, but no, like there was nothing in it, but it was just your regular like shipping boxes. Like
Okay.
that's why I mean that makes common sense of I'm putting stuff in there, and but he could have easily have gotten that himself, but he would have had to have let him again and go. But that was his way to have control of the situation.
Sure. And where
You
was
know.
where was that box at before you got it?
In our storage room.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that where the suitcase was as well, or?
Yeah, I got the suitcase and the box, and I was saying things because I did think he was going to rob us. Like I say, like take all of our stuff, and I started out with being like, upset about being robbed, and then it was like take anything you want, type thing.
Mm-hmm. It sounds really scary.
Yeah, it definitely is because in my mind I'm like, but I knew if I am given into the situation, then I can get what like what I would expect the result out of it, which would have been that everybody would have been safe, and he's gonna get what he wants. And clear intentions was he saw someone that he wanted to take advantage of.
So you give him the stuff. There's another altercation,
Right.
and you said he couldn't, and you kind of trailed off.
Yeah, like he couldn't at that point in time like take my pants back off like it wasn't like the first time.
Okay.
Because I was more of in a I'm like lackadaisical thing at that point, because once we were like when I hit my head the next time on the thing, I think that hit some sort of spot that I don't really remember after that. Like
Where was Gannon when that?
I don't really remember
altercation
after
happened?
that. That's where it kind of was. Everything from then is a blur, and so it was me telling you that was like, what do you mean you don't know what happened after that? And no one's going to, understand that unless they're there in that moment. That I don't remember.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I have to ask the questions, right? Because if I don't ask the questions, then somebody later is going to be like, well, what happened? What happened next? Where was he? And
Right.
I can't say, well, I didn't ask, right?
Right.
Like I have to ask the question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't saying
Yeah.
I was just saying
Yeah.
like in general, not specifically.
Right.
But,
So if I ask a question, I'm not trying to like make you feel bad or anything else like
Right.
that. I'm just trying to understand and make sure that we cover everything.
right.
Okay. So you say that you hit your head again. You kind of don't know what happened next. Do you remember, or I guess, can you tell me how this ended?
I just remember like being out of it, but I could also like in my mind, like I could hear, like loud banging,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember. I couldn't see, like what was going on or anything like that. It's almost like I could hear a little bit of a struggle, but I don't know what was going on.
Okay.
And that for me is hard because I need to know, like, and I hope that because like dreams, I'm like, maybe I'll dream and remember what was going on, or maybe I'll have like a recollection later of, oh yeah, I remember this, but I clearly have been pounding my brain to give it to you about like exactly what was happening
Sure.
at
Sure.
that point in time.
What's the first thing you remember after this incident, after the attack, the second attack?
I just remember being like, where's Gannon? And I was freaking out because I didn't know where he was at.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything that would have told me. And I thought he was hiding.
Okay.
Like I thought maybe he was in the closet or somewhere hiding so that he knew, like he would be okay, like away or whatever. I thought he was hiding.
Okay. What was the first thing you did after this happened? So
I was calling his name because I did think he was hiding.
Okay.
And at that point in time, once I realized that he wasn't hiding, I went into that mode of like, okay, I'm gonna fix this.
Help me understand how you understood that he wasn't hiding.
Well, because if I am saying to him that I assumed that everything was, I didn't see the guy in my like sight, I'm assuming that he was hiding, you know, like in my mind. So like I didn't see the guy, so I'm assuming he's hiding. So then I'm asking him, you know, like, Gannon, where are you, Gannon?
Okay.
So then when I realized Gannon would come out, or again, I can't say we do different things at different times, but if Gannon thought it was safe, he'd come out. So then, in my mind, to be honest with you, when I said I'm gonna fix this, I thought Gannon was still hiding. So when the detectives, like, searched the home, I really was hoping that that's what was going to happen, and he had been scared to come out because he didn't know if it was safe. Okay. Or maybe if he was, like, you know, had hit his head or something after what I don't remember, he could have been, you know, somewhere hiding, and maybe he got, I don't know. I don't want to make assumption of how he could have maybe not been aware or alert. My thought process was, when the guy said he was going to search the house, that I was going to find him. Like, we'd find him. That's when it really set in that I didn't know where Gannon was at.
Has Gannon ever hid in the house before?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, they play little, like, back and forth of, like, you know, like, hide behind the sofa or, like, boo. But it's only, like, you know, a little bit of time. But but we don't have, like, a violence of, you know, him seeing another man hurting someone. So I would think in that moment he would have been hiding.
Okay.
But he wasn't, you know, prone to be like, I'm going to hide out. But his personality is very, like, mellow and, like, actually getting along with people and, you know, that type of thing. So
yeah, I didn't think that somebody talked to the school and, like, they had said that he was pretty laid back and just kind of quiet.
Right, and that would have been, you know, my thought. Again, I wasn't on his medicine, so he has a different, his the way he acts is differently than when he is on his medicine.
Sure.
So he would be a little more hyper, you know, so that's why I would have expected, you know, that he would come right out. But then, because on his medicine, he'd been more, like, zoned out, knew how to make decisions correctly, because he would have been, he's just like that. When he takes it, you give it to him, he can't do any schoolwork unless he has the medicine.
Okay.
Like, I mean, reading off everywhere. So my mind was thinking he didn't take his medicine, you know, so.
What's his behavior like when he doesn't take his medicine?
It's not bad. Like, it used to be where you couldn't get him to focus on anything. Like, if you went to church, he could not sit in church without electronics. Again, I know that might have been a little bit willful, but it was, he needed something to have that attention, because ADHD, he needed something to have that on. So without his medicine, he could, man, like on the hike, he might run way up there, and then we'd catch up with him. You know, because, like, that much energy.
Okay. And is that what it was like on Sunday?
You mean at the hike? Yeah. It was like he had the burst of energy, but then his stomach was, when his stomach started hurting and he pooped in his pants, that's when he took more of he was able to control it, because he was focusing on his obsessions on cleaning his body.
Okay.
Because, I mean, imagine, like, walking around.
Sure. That would be uncomfortable for
right.
pretty much anybody, I think. Okay. What happened to the gun?
So the gun. This is how I knew. I didn't know in the time that the gun was ours. I didn't know. I didn't know in the time the gun was ours. I just assumed, because it was black colored, that it was. You know. So remember, I said that I put the stuff back in the closet. I put everything back the way it was, because obviously at that time I hadn't told them what had happened, because I was in that mentality of, I'm going to fix it. So I put everything back in the position that it was, and he did not take the gun. Or he couldn't have, because the gun when I left it would have been upstairs. But I didn't bring it downstairs, but that was our gun. So that's how I knew for a fact that he had to have our gun, or otherwise he had it in the process of stealing it and somehow it fell and he maybe had another gun. I'm not sure about that part, but I do know that I put it back in it.
So where did you find your gun?
Correct.
Where,
My gun or?
Yep, after it was over, and you said you were putting everything back where it belongs.
Yes.
Where was it whenever you found it to put it away?
So, like, at the carpet, because the carpet roll piece had, like, fallen off, so it was at the carpet.
Okay. And that was, and you said the carpet was kind of
Like, leaned against the...
leaned in, but kind of had fell over coming out of that storage area.
Right, because it was, like, I want to say it was in, like, pieces. I want to say it was
The carpet or the gun?
No. I want to say that the carpet had, like, not necessarily multiple pieces, but I remember, like, maybe different directions. I don't remember, but I feel like I saw different directions.
Okay.
But, yeah, it had fallen over, but the gun was there. I didn't see where Gannon was at. That's why I assumed in the situation that he was hiding.
Okay.
I didn't think that there was a concern, at the time
Okay.
that,
Okay. Describe for me what Gannon's room looked like after this happened.
I just remember putting things back together. Like, I say back together, but, like, I remember I had already, like straightened out his room from before, because when he had the, like, burns and stuff. And I do remember Gannon was, I do remember Gannon was bleeding. And I think from the hassle could have been something with his arm.
Okay.
But I do remember he was, like, he did have, like, blood and stuff like that. I do remember at some point that he was bleeding, and I want to say, I remember he was on, not necessarily on me. I feel like at some point in that, Gannon might have, the first time he might have, like, landed on me, or somehow I was, like, holding him, not necessarily holding him, but could feel like he was there.
Okay. Okay.
So I had that, like knew he was here, but yet I was still, taken advantage of.
Okay.
And so it was, yeah, back to what you're saying about the room. So I put, like, everything, back in its order. I want to say that it might have been 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't know. It would have had to been till 4, because Harley would have gotten off at 4:30. It might have even been, like, a little bit longer that I remember being out of it. And the reason why is because just the time frame.
Okay. And this all happened on Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I had it all right. So you put the stuff back together. You found the gun on the floor next to the carpet that had fallen over. Where did you put the gun?
I took everything and put it back, because when I had to tell, like, Albert, that was the first question that he asked, was like, where are all the guns? Are they all here? That type thing. So I put them all back together.
Okay. And I don't live in your house, so I don't know where it all back together is. So where are the guns typically stored?
Either in that shelf that I was telling you about.
The silver one?
Right. Or in the closet.
Okay. And so
I put the other guns were never, like, had never been touched until you guys touched them.
I haven't touched any of
Well, your department.
Okay.
So they were already in the closet, but the handguns usually are in a different section, which would be accessible in case of emergency. Okay. We don't need the shotguns to be that, that accessible. So I put my handgun was already in its place.
Your teal one?
My handgun was already like in its place completely. I mean, I don't know if it was in the exact same location, but my handgun was present.
Okay. Where was it at?
In what you just told me.
In that
shelf? Yeah. So everything was already there. I just I say gun. When I tell you put the guns back in their place, there wasn't multiple out in different places. I just want to make sure that it was.
Sure.
It was. I put that gun back with its partner gun.
Okay.
To make sure it was in the same location.
So you put the black handgun back into the silver armoire chest thing, with your teal handgun.
Right, in the same chest. In the same,
okay.
Yeah.
And have they been moved since then?
Well, Albert took them.
Albert took both of them?
Mm-hmm. He made me give him mine too. I don't. He was
When was that?
today.
Today?
Yeah. So like
Okay.
he took all. Then when you guys, I guess you guys. I'm sorry. When your department, I guess they went through my closet or whatever.
Okay.
They still left the guns in the closet, but they weren't in the same place that they were.
Sure.
And so Albert took all them too because he was like, oh well, I don't want you to harm yourself and things like that. He was saying those things to me, so he took them all and made me give him mine as well.
And that was today?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a history of trying to harm yourself?
No.
Or...
He'll say things like, he tried to say something about like I'll grab a knife, and he is not true. I do not do that. Like I have never done anything like that in my entire life. Never have received any kind of counseling for anything prior to anything like that, disturbing, nothing like that. So there would be no, like reason. Remember I told you in the beginning that mental health thing, I've always tried to put a blocker up because I know that, things in your life can cause those problems, and I just never did anything like that. Like, I might be like, because I was raised in the country, so it might be like someone says something to me, I'd be like a funny thing, like, you better watch out, like that type of thing.
Sure, yeah.
But not anything that would have been like, I'm going to cut myself and harm myself. He was, like in his military mode, protection mode, and
well, he cares about you. That's good, right?
So he wanted to just take everything away and from there. So because he was like, I don't want you to hurt yourself, and I was like, what?
Okay. So I just want to kind of like sum up what I think about, or what I kind of know generally about what happened on Monday. Okay. So Albert didn't go to school that day, or not Albert.
Gannon.
I apologize. Gannon didn't go to school that day because he was not feeling well, and because you guys wanted to get the carpet fixed.
Right.
You went to the new build area, and you met
Eduardo.
And you arranged for him to come over to your house while you were gone to work on replacing that piece of carpet for you.
You said come over to my house while I was going to work on replacing that carpet?
Yeah. You gave him the garage code and stuff so he could come in and
But you said I was gone when replacing the carpet. I was going shopping while he was
gonna do the carpet.
Okay, I got you. I thought you said it. I was making sure that you hadn't twisted the way I said it.
And that's exactly right. I want to make sure that nothing's twisted.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were gonna go to Petco, do some running around.
I didn't set out to go Petco. I set out to go shopping to get dogs some new.
Yeah.
Just happened to be Petco.
Yeah. So you were gonna go do some shopping, and he was gonna go fix the carpet. Okay. You left the house around 10:30-ish, 10:30-ish, and then you go. At some point you got gas. You went to Petco twice.
And I told you Starbucks earlier, but it was actually Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got coffee.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts maybe. Okay. And then you get home about 2:30. 2:30. You come in, and you said you wanted to listen to your music and work out.
Yeah, I was in the kind of like zone out mode, not in the remembering, oh my gosh, did someone fix something mode.
Okay. And then sometime between that 2:30, or after you got home at that 2:30 time frame, you were getting your headphones, putting your headphones on, music, zone out, whatever else you thought you heard something. You went downstairs, and that was when this attack happened. And then, what time does Lena come home from the school bus?
It depends. They change the school hours. It could be anywhere between 3:15 and 3:30.
Okay.
Depending on.
So 3:15, 3:30 is the typical time Lena comes home. You don't want her to be in danger, so you send her out to go ride her bike and check the mail, and you go back down. Another altercation happens, and whenever the next thing you remember is that you kind of come to, and Gannon is missing.
Right.
Okay. So, and that was probably like around 4 o'clock?
Yeah, because it would have been, or it could have been 4:30, but it wouldn't have been after 4:45 because Hollywood took 30 minutes to get home, so she hadn't got home. Lena was still riding her bike or out and about. Yeah, it had to be 4-ish.
Okay.
4:15. No later, like I said, than 4:45 because that would have been, Harley would have been already,
Okay.
like on her way home.
Okay. All right. So I think I have a pretty good idea.
I'm pretty sure that was exactly right.
Okay.
Because I think I told, yeah, because then I sent Harley and Lena to the Dollar Tree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Harley would have to do with Lena.
What is the you have an alarm on your house?
Mm-hmm.
What company do you use for that?
ADT.
ADT. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna write that down. And you have the same. Is the passcode for the ADT stuff the same as like your garage door code and stuff like that, or?
Like, you mean like the login?
Like when you go in to disarm the.
Oh yeah.
To
No.
disarm it?
It's different because the alarm is Gannon's birthday.
Gannon's birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna take a break. Do you need to use the restroom or?
No, but I really need to. I haven't showered and haven't eaten, and I'm just getting tired.
Okay.
And so.
Okay. All right. And we had talked earlier about whether or not it would be able to take action at this point as far as like gathering evidence and stuff like that with whether it had been too long, and I told you that it wasn't.
Right.
Is that something that you're willing to do?
Right, yes, definitely. I would do anything for you to figure out who Eduardo is and to make sure that.
Okay. And it's perfect that.
I sound bad to say, to make sure that I could just like.
Okay. What pants were you wearing when all this happened?
There was a set of like clothing, and I had like washed the stuff like you said you guys.
Sure,
your people
it's fine. I get it.
Had taken some of the stuff out or whatever, but I put it with all the stuff that like I had washed and stuff like that. I don't remember if it was the black and purple or the black and blue, but it was like sporting like athletic pants. They were on my chair when I went home last night.
Were they like leggings or joggers or?
Yeah, they were like kind of like this.
Like sweatpants?
Yeah, well, but more of the nylon-ish material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said they were like black and maybe purple or blue.
Yeah, it was one of, I wear like a lot of Nike and stuff like that, so it was one of those.
Okay. And you didn't give them the alarm code, right? You just gave them the garage code,
Yeah, because you don't have to have like the alarm code to come in the house.
Okay.
You have to have, and that's assuming that I even set the alarm. I mean, I may or may have not. I mean, typically I try to. Typically I try to, log into my phone and do it if I forget. But that's just assuming if I had, whether I had or not set the alarm. But I'm pretty positive. Well, I say positive. I'm almost certain that I had set the alarm.
Sure.
But it doesn't have a sensor on the door.
Okay.
Like on the.
Are you able to see if you log into your alarm account whether or not it was alarmed at that time?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to show you, but I couldn't. The service.
Okay. You might need to like plug into the Wi-Fi or something like that.
Yeah. To
do that. And there's open Wi-Fi. It's like EPC guest.
Right.
It doesn't require a
Yeah.
password or anything
Okay.
like that. So if you want to do that, do you need to use the restroom or anything like that?
No, I'm actually. I mean, am I like free to leave or?
We're not holding you here. We'd like to get you over to the hospital for that.
No,
exam.
I would totally do that, but I really am. I just want to get some food and take a minute, and I can drive myself to the hospital. I don't want to feel like I'm some, person they're going to look at differently because I am showing up with, police and people, and I just. That's why I asked you, was it a secret, like, where people would know? Because I understand you have a goal and a purpose, and that is our common purpose to have done here.
Mhm.
But I also am thinking about how
Well,
emotionally.
Yeah, and I get that. And so I will tell you that if we drive you over there, we don't go in the front. We go
Right.
in a back way.
Right.
So you wouldn't be seen by the
Right.
general public or anything like that. And obviously we're not in like uniforms. Everything is concealed, all that other stuff. So it's not like we walk in with a scarlet letter
Yeah.
or anything else like that. So, okay. Let me go check on a couple of things really quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay?
Okay, you said I was free to go.
Are you wanting to leave right now?
I'm really hungry. I'm thirsty. Look at my lips. They're chapped.
Okay.
They're like really bad.
Okay.
I mean, you guys know it's not like I don't answer or talk to you or anything like that.
Okay.
I've kept open communication with you.
Okay. Can you give me just a few minutes to just check to make sure that I've covered everything that I need to cover, and then I'll come back in?
She said that I would be able to go. Like, she didn't say I would be. Like, I mean, I'm sure I've been here hours. And she said specifically that I would be able to go.
And I'm not saying that you can't. I'm asking if you can give me a few minutes. That's all.
I can, if you can, you just call me, or, I mean, I still have, like, you know, I have to maintain my mental health
Mhm.
in this whole situation, and that's very important.
Mhm.
You know, and I just want to go. My lips are burning, and I want to take a shower. I mean, look at my fingers and all those things.
Right. So it would be better to get the forensic exam
I'm not
done
going over there like
before you
not
take a shower.
like cleaned. I'm not doing that. Like as in shaved and things like that. I'm not doing that. I haven't showered in 2 days. I like that's disgusting. I'm not doing that. But I will gladly go.
Well, I mean, so you're saying you want to go take a shower before you go get the
No, it's
exam
not.
done?
I didn't say I was going to go take a shower. I said I need some time to just rest. I'm exhausted. I want to take a shower. My hair is nasty, and I'm not going over there like dirty, smelly for someone to.
But you realize that's how we gather evidence, right? So if you go take a shower right now, and I understand that you're like uncomfortable, right? And that you want to take a shower,
right?
And so that's why I would like to get you over to the hospital to get the exam done.
Okay, well, then I'm driving myself there because I'm not getting escorted to an exam when I'm already going through a difficult time with having someone violate my body.
Mhm.
To whether you go in the front or the back. I mean, am I not allowed to take myself there?
I didn't say that at all. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to impress upon you, like, if you go take a shower, then you wash away the evidence.
I know, I understand. I just said.
And you said you weren't going to go over there while you're.
Yeah, I don't want to
While
go
you're
dirty. I can at least go freshen up or something. Like I'm.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
Okay, so can you show me how to leave? Please.
I have to go over here. Let me get somebody to escort you out.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi. She said that I could go.
Well, can you talk to me about what's
Can I? You wait. But you told me I could.
I know, but I left.
I understand
So we started
that.
and I left, and I just want to get the fill in. So I have a couple questions about Sunday, if you're okay filling that in. I know you're tired.
I'm tired. And
But-
you said that I could go. I just want to take a break. That's all I'm asking for.
Where do you want to
That means I want to
Do you
just
wanna
go rest. Like she said, I could drive myself to the hospital, so I just don't want.
What do we need to go to the hospital for?
Am I
Are you
able
okay?
to just go? I mean, what do you mean am I okay?
This is the first I'm hearing about a hospital. I mean, what's going on with that?
This is why I'm waiting, because I've already given her information that you guys can clearly like watch and see, and you can know why I'm going to the hospital, because she wants to get DNA. DNA, like, or to have your body checked for rape.
Were you sexually assaulted? When did that happen?
It happened on Monday.
On Monday? What?
I can't do this right now and go through it again. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
So let me make sure that we've got everything lined up for a SANE exam. That's what she was talking about.
Yeah,
right?
she's gonna do that, and I'm gonna just take a break. I want to get food. Look at my lips; they're chapped. I haven't.
You want some food?
I know.
What do you want? What do you want to eat?
Okay, she just said I could be escorted out.
Okay.
I promise you have my number. I haven't not.
You're done with all this?
Right. I haven't not communicated with you. I have been.
Are you done with that coke?
Nothing but. Can I not take it?
You can if you want.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you were done with it. We recycle them too. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hang tight for me just real quick. Let me make sure that she doesn't have any other questions because
But
she finished up.
She just said.
Okay. I get that. I get that. Let's just let me double check with her.
She said I could go.
But she finished up the interview.
Are
I
you
don't know.
holding me here?
I'm not holding you.
Okay, so can someone walk me out?
You want to go? You want to leave?
I will.
Okay.
I will clearly answer your questions. I just want to take a break. Like I've literally followed all your.
Where do you want to go for your break?
I want to see my child.
Okay.
I want to get lunch with her.
Well, I'm more than happy to get you lunch or to bring your daughter here or whatever needs to happen. I'm not saying that you can't leave, but I would like to finish up this conversation with you. There's a couple of questions about Sunday that I have, and this is the first time that I'm hearing that you're sexually assaulted.
Are you
So
just saying that right
that
there
would
with the
be
people?
well. You came towards the door, so I opened the door. If you'd like to have the conversation in the room, we can. It's up to you. But like I said, I missed out on a bunch. So
Am I please able to just go get a drink and chill out?
yeah, we can just sit in the room. Where do you want to go?
So am I not allowed to leave? I'm clearly asking the question.
Well, I'm trying. So I guess our communication isn't the greatest at this point in time. Are you wanting to leave the office to go get something to drink?
Right. Yes. I just.
Okay.
I clearly have. You have my number. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Not answer you or anything. You need to answer you.
Okay.
Hello. My name's Mitch Mahal. How are you? Good. Good. So let me talk to you. So come on in for a second.
I understand. I just want to get directions.
I get it. And so once again, we're back in the interview room.
Okay.
We're on camera. Mitch Mahalko, Lieutenant with the Investigation Section.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point in time, what we had just discussed outside, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you decided that you wish to leave and that there's no problem with that. I asked if...
you didn't ask. You took.
Okay, so...
You took.
Understood.
Okay.
So at that point in time, you relinquished the phone to me. I
didn't relinquish the phone. You took it.
Listen, man. I took the phone.
Okay.
And I told you that we would be applying for a search warrant. Is
okay,
that
you
correct?
said applying.
That's correct.
Sir, I'm not going anywhere. I literally just need directions. I mean, I have family numbers in there I don't have.
Understood. So at this point, we're going to be applying for a search warrant. Is that understood?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one favor. You let me find out, or you show me something that you can legally take my phone and you don't have a search warrant yet. Can you show me that, please?
Understood.
Can you show me that?
No.
Can you show me that?
Ma'am, we're being video
I
recorded.
understand, but could you show me that, sir? Because that feels like that's kind of a little unconstitutional.
And if that's the case, that can be something that you can bring up.
No, that sounds
So at this point,
unconstitutional.
we're going to go ahead and hold on to this phone.
No,
okay?
that's unconstitutional. Okay, can I use another phone if I'm an attorney? That is unconstitutional.
There are multiple phones here within the division. So if you need to
I'm not hiding anything from you. I just want directions. I want to be able to call my family.
Understood.
No, you don't understand.
I do.
No, you don't.
And this is the report.
You are doing something that's unconstitutional. You can award have it. Thank you.
So we're going to hold on to this, and we are applying for it.
Well, why?
So
It's not.
you
You don't even have a warrant yet. I just want
listen.
directions. You can have the phone.
Is there somewhere that I can write directions
No,
off for you?
I know. I want to be able to have access to call while I'm not. That's all. That's all I want, is access to call. You can,
So-
it's not about the phone or the number.
Okay.
Access to call.
So Tisha, at this point,
We've got you for false reporting. At this point, you're going to be held until we can get a search warrant. We're going to have a nurse, forensic examiner do an exam, make sure you do okay. And we're going to attempt to identify the suspect, okay? So I'm going to hold you here until we get that search warrant.
Do I have to sit in this room?
yes.
Do I have to like stay with the door? I mean, I've been shut up in here, ma'am, and I've been nothing but respectful to you.
Sure, and I'm
I mean, I just, and
Tisha.
sir, can I speak to you too? I wasn't, I don't care that you had the phone. It's, you took it out of my hand, and that was very disrespectful. If you would have just asked me for it, I would have given that to you. I would have said sure. But it was the way that you did it. Okay, so, and then all I'm saying is, do I have to be trapped in a room?
Okay. So, Tisha, I understand that, and I hear what you're saying about feeling disrespected about the phone being taken, and that wasn't his intention to disrespect you. Okay. And I'm sure that, I'm not letting him speak right now, but I'm sure if I did, he would say that he is sorry for making you feel disrespected.
That's fine.
Okay. At this point, I'm being told that you have to stay,
Okay.
and this is where we have to keep you. Okay. This is going to be the most comfortable environment.
Okay.
Okay. Because there's a couch and whatever else. Our
So
other interview room.
What was he saying? I'm held for what now?
We're getting some search warrant.
Oh, okay. For you're talking about search warrant for phone.
For you.
For me, what does he do?
Because you've given us multiple different stories about.
Oh, you're talking about like the thing we talked about in there.
Yep.
Oh, I was like, okay, I see what you're saying. I got you.
Because at this point you have evidence potentially on your body.
I got you.
Right?
I'm sorry. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Well, can I at least like go to the bathroom and like?
No.
Wipe off? Nothing.
No.
I can't pee. Nothing.
I can tell you that a forensic nurse examiner is accustomed to.
So,
hold on.
yes.
Hold on. We're not telling you can't go to the bathroom and pee. What we're telling you is that you can't go into the bathroom.
Ma'am, I just told you that's where I had to go like an hour ago.
Hold on. I've offered you the opportunity multiple times to go to the bathroom.
I know, but I wanted to consider
hold on.
to you.
Okay. So here's the thing. Okay.
You can take whatever you want from my body.
Right. And we're not saying that you can't go urinate or defecate if that's what you need to do.
Okay.
What we're telling you that we can't allow to have happen is you go in there and get paper towels and begin wiping possible evidence off of your body.
Do you want to watch me?
So, we will get back with you and we'll get you to a bathroom here in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay?
So just have a seat for us and we'll be back with you.
You can just watch me. What about like a colder drink or something? I don't know. Hot meal, food.
Okay. So you need a colder bottle of water
What, you just
or a
took my
Gatorade.
Coke? Are you taking my drink too? What in the world? Am I able to make a phone call? Can I make a phone call? Because you said I could use the phone.
Yes. I told you I'm going to get you to the bathroom. Please have a seat.
But you said I could call in the phone, and she said I could.
Please have a seat for a second. But we're not asking you any questions.
I'm not allowed to make a phone call?
We're not
I
asking
said I
you.
could have a right to
Tisha,
my
okay, so some things have changed since I made that statement to you.
What?
Okay, and so that is at this point in time,
I just wanna know why
you're
I
no
didn't-
longer. Please let me explain to
Okay,
you.
sorry. I'm sorry.
So some things have changed. Initially, you were free to leave,
Great.
and you could stop answering questions
Right.
whenever you
Understand.
wished, et cetera, et cetera. Now,
Okay.
through the course of the investigation, we have reason to believe that you potentially have evidence on your body, and we're applying for a search warrant to
So
collect that
basically,
evidence.
that's what it was, because you
You're
wanted
not
to escort me there, and I
free to leave.
didn't want to be escorted there, so this is the process. Basically. I'm not stupid. I'm very educated.
We know you are. We know
Okay,
you're very
so
educated.
therefore,
and if somebody who's
can
very
you just
educated,
take
we're trying to
me
get
over
you
there?
to
Can you just do that
cooperate with
instead?
us.
So we are going to apply for the search warrant.
I know. I said, could you just take me over there then? That's
So
all
here's
I'm saying.
here's the thing, because you've already said that you didn't want
Okay.
us to do that.
I
Now we
understand.
have to go through the process of getting a search warrant because you've already declined that
I
option.
understand.
So it's going to take a little bit longer.
Okay.
And right now I need you to have a seat on the couch.
But I cannot call anybody. Like, I can't even call family members.
So right now you're being held 6 foot.
Okay.
Can you do those questions then while I'm being held for the time? Or you said something about you had questions.
You've already asked for an attorney.
No,
out in the hallway. You said, do I need to call an attorney? I'd like to make a phone call and all that stuff. So here's the thing. I don't want to get into all of that. Any
I'm
other
just
questions?
getting confused because
You've already said.
I was saying call attorney to ask him am I
I know, and
not
the thing
against
is,
you.
I do not want it to be misinterpreted in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Okay? So we're gonna hold off right now.
So you're saying you don't have those questions to ask me while we were
Not at this point in time.
Okay.
Okay? If something changes, I will let you know.
All right. I got you. Ow. I just accidentally peed a little.
Hey, G. Okay, so we're gonna take you to the restroom. Okay, we're gonna stay in there. The stall door is gonna be closed, where you have your privacy, but we need you not to wipe. Okay. And please don't flush the toilet, just so that we can verify that indeed you did not wipe, because what we're worried about is potential evidence being compromised. Okay. Okay. Hi. You can leave your things here because we're just coming right back into this room. I'm sorry?
I said I acted like I wasn't in like some secure area or something. I guess I'll go to sleep. Can I go to sleep? Easy. I'm having really bad chest pain. Like right here.
Okay.
My chest. That's going
Okay,
on.
sit down. We'll call for help.
Bad chest pain. I need to probably
Okay.
get out of the clothes in.
Just sit in the couch.
So you're telling me we can't get.
I'm
Chest
telling you
pain?
we're going to call for help right
when
now,
you're
but I need you
outside
to sit
because
down.
I can't breathe. I just asked him to be out so I can breathe. It's
No.
tight and closed and I'm claustrophobic.
You just need to sit down on the couch.
It's really hurting, sir.
Sit down on the couch.
Sir, I can't breathe. I'm just asking you to open the door. Sir, I just want to breathe. I'm asking you to keep the door open. That's all. It's
Now we're
claustrophobic.
gonna have to call you an ambulance because you said you got chest pains.
I just told you I have chest pains. It's claustrophobic. I
Okay,
couldn't breathe.
so we're gonna
asked,
call you an ambulance.
I asked for you to open the door. I just can't breathe.
Well, you're being detained right now, so
Okay,
sit
but
down on the couch.
I couldn't breathe. I just wanted the door open, and you refused that. That's all I asked for.
Because you're being detained, and the door helps that.
I'm not going anywhere.
So sit down on the couch.
Can you just leave the door open so I can breathe?
Sit down on the couch.
Gosh, I told y'all earlier I was claustrophobic and had really bad anxiety, and I take lorazepam for it.
Yeah, well, you weren't claustrophobic until...
Excuse me, I take lorazepam every day, and if I don't take it, I could have a panic attack. I take it on panic attack. So you are misquoting what you heard, sir. Just said open the door.
Okay, well, we're going to have medical come check you out.
I mean, ridiculous.
You said you're having chest
Yes,
pains?
I just, because the door's been closed. I haven't taken my anxiety medicine. I've taken it so many days in a row.
Okay.
So I'm having...
You had told me,
I don't ever take it except on panic attacks.
Okay, yeah, so you had told me earlier that you don't take it on a regular basis,
I don't.
but whenever...
Panic attacks, and I've
are
taken
you
it the last
having...
few days. I feel like I am. That's why I kept asking you to open the door. So now this gentleman thinks that I'm being frustrated and ill with him when I asked several times just to open the door and let me get fresh air. That's all I asked you several times.
Okay. Would it be helpful, like, do you have your lorazepam
No,
with
I don't.
you? Is it in your car?
No,
Is it
I
at your
don't.
house? Or,
That's why I asked could I open the door.
like, do you want to see a medical personnel, or?
I mean, I wanted the door open because I was having chest pains. That's all.
Okay. So what I need very clearly from you right now is for you to tell me whether or not you feel like you are having
I
a
feel
medical
like I am
emergency.
having a panic attack now.
Okay. Do you feel like you're having a medical emergency that you need to be seen by a medical provider for?
I mean, not probably at the moment, but I am having chest pains, and usually it's a panic attack alluring.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't taken it, so it's like taking me off of it because I couldn't get to it yesterday. I do. I've had general anxiety since I was 16.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So I literally
can't
opened the
be
door and
any
asked
fun.
him, could I just open the door? That's all. And he started making accusations.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that wasn't his intention. I'm
That's
sure he wasn't intending
never
to...
his intention, but I don't like... I didn't tell my interview. Have I came at you, been disrespectful to you?
No, and I hope that you don't feel like I've been disrespectful
No,
with you
but
either.
that was very unprofessional, what you did.
Oh, I don't think so. I told
Okay.
you we were going to call medical. That's
No,
what the
that's not
necessary
what you
response
said.
is to saying,
That's not what you
Okay.
said, but
no,
okay.
that's exactly what I said, and it's on recording.
Okay, but that is not what you said. You started making up reasons why when I do have chest pains.
Okay. Well, I believe that you have chest pains. So, like I said, if you would like medical attention, then we can get you medical attention. Is that what you want?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. That's what he
So-
said he was getting.
Okay.
And he told me to sit back down and shut the
I'll
door.
sit here with her if you want to.
Thank you. Just
make
leave
sure
the door
that
open. That's
medical
all I'm
attention
asking.
thing happens.
Just want the door open.
Okay. So, we'll get somebody to come check you out. Do you have any kind of, other than the anxiety disorder,
No,
do you have any other medical conditions that we should be aware of?
No, I'm just hungry and tired, and
Okay.
when I get like this, I have panic attacks.
Okay. So, I mean, I gave you a Hot Pocket earlier. Is there something else that I can get for you? Do you want a sandwich? Do you want... I have burrito. I have tamales. We have all kinds of stuff here. We can order something if there's something that you need to eat. You just got to tell me what it is. What would you like? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to buy lobster, but what would you like to eat?
First, I would like to see can they like help me with anxiety medicine?
Do you need somebody to bring us your anxiety medicine?
Like
I don't have anxiety medicine here. So
yeah, no, I'm saying you said you could call a medical professional.
Sure, I can call an EMT. Like they're gonna call an EMT.
Thank you.
But they're not going to be able to dispense medication to you. If you have a prescription, I mean, maybe your husband can bring it and we can get you your medication. You can self-administer what you already have prescribed to you.
It's already swelling up right here.
Huh?
And my throat is swelling now. And all I asked for was for the door to be opened.
Okay, well, let's open.
I know, but he was very rude about it. It was, could I please read? That's all.
Okay. Well, maybe you two Y'all's personalities don't click. You know,
No,
sometimes that happens.
But come on, I'm a human being. It's a door. Clearly, I'm not going anywhere. It's a door. Just kind. Open the door. That's all I ask.
Okay. Well, it's open now, so we
Yes,
can move
I
past
appreciate
that.
you. I'm just saying.
Do you know if there's anybody at your house that can bring your medication?
Sorry. My medication is not at my house. It's probably because book bag. So yeah, it's probably in my book bag, which I put at my friend's and right here. But I don't know the number because you guys took my phone. So.
Well, if you want to tell us your passcode, we can get the number out of the phone if that's
You
what you
guys
want to do.
already had the passcode, because I told you plainly earlier when you were in here about something. I said the code for, I think it's the same password we use for everything. No.
I don't know what that passcode is. If you want me to get your friend's phone number out of your phone, if you want to give me the passcode, then I can do that.
Okay, but you said medical. By the time my friend would get here, the medical people could already just.
But they're not going to be able to dispense medication. Like, the EMT's not going to be able to dispense medication.
So have a chest pain, and you're just telling me I can't do nothing.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying they're calling for medical personnel, but it's going to be an EMT. You're telling me your chest pains are anxiety related, and I'm trying to offer a valid solution to get you your prescribed medication for that issue.
It's because I haven't taken it, so you
And I get that. I get that.
Some paramedics on the way.
Perfect.
I'll meet them in the lobby and bring them up here, okay?
Perfect. Thanks, Carl.
Claustrophobic. I just want air.
Do you have any, like, I know some people, whenever they have anxiety attacks and stuff like that, they have, like, little, like, songs that they sing to themselves or things that they think about that kind of help calm their mind, calm their anxiety. Do you have anything like that? Maybe, like, a favorite vacation that you've been on?
I'm trying.
What's your favorite vacation you've ever been on?
Probably Aruba.
Aruba? What did you do while you were in Aruba?
Alright, I gotta breathe.
Sure.
Just tightens, like, right here, you know? That's better. Thank you for opening the door.
Absolutely.
Ow. Now it's kind of spreading right here. Are they almost here?
I've been standing here with you, so I don't have that answer. When was the last time you took your lorazepam?
Just took it. I'm saying, like, you take that, like, that quality, that amount, you can't just not take it the next day. You have to, like...
Right, so I'm asking when was the last time you took it?
So I would have taken it yesterday. What's today? What is today?
Today
like
is
the day of the week.
Wednesday.
Yeah, so I didn't take it Tuesday.
Okay.
Or today. So. Or chat.
So you said your favorite vacation was Aruba?
Mhm.
Do you like to like scuba dive or snorkel or?
Ma'am, I'm being serious. I'm getting dizzy now.
Okay. We'll just lean back on the couch.
Yeah, I like brooding activities.
Floating activities.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep. Feel free to put your feet up. Do what you need to do.
And I don't care about y'all taking my, swiping my thing because of evidence. So don't think, because I know that's what I do. He yelled at me and said, because you're going to take it anyway and you can have it because that's important. But I really am having chest pains.
I believe you.
So my body is not, it's everyday conditions, and I work out a lot, and gosh. I can't breathe laying down. I took a Tylenol, that's why I stood up earlier. And took a Tylenol, and my throat got, just because I started getting like a headache, and I felt a little bit of tightness, but sometimes that helps, you know?
Sure.
Maybe my throat's kind of dry. I feel like if I had like something, I asked him could I get something to read, and that might would help. Because you talked about focusing on the brain or something. I feel like that would help, you know? But he said I couldn't have anything to read. So.
Remember how we talked about other questions to help the time pass?
Can you give me like a
Before?
minute? I can't hardly breathe.
Okay.
But I will most certainly do that for you.
Okay. Are you okay listening to me? Is that okay?
But you're going to want me to answer right away, right?
No, you can take your time to answer.
No, I want to answer you right away, so then that would trigger that. So it's got to take a little bit, just like 3 minutes or so.
Sure. Absolutely. Oh, please don't close the door. Okay.
This much. That's all.
I just get tight again. It's hard to breathe in here. Why is it so like hard to breathe?
These rooms get stuffy after a little bit. They do.
They do?
Yeah, I mean, we got one vent in here. So, you know. Where'd you get those shoes?
These are old shoes.
I haven't seen that pattern before.
Yeah, they're old shoes. Oh. All Nike Frees are like that.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that same pattern. Maybe the sole in that.
No. If it's a 5.0. Like different 5.0s, if it's the same one. But I don't ever really wear these. These are old. They're probably like a 2012 model. Maybe 14. Something like that.
Yeah, I've had my Nikes forever. They last for a while.
Oh. Are they coming? If I could just get some oxygen or something.
Medical's coming. You know, sometimes if you sit forward, lean
I
forward,
did. I couldn't breathe.
still can't breathe.
Mhm.
I heard you have a bit of anxiety. Is that right?
Well, it gets really bad with my diet changes and like workout changes, and I can't breathe. So I asked that guy could I open the door, and he told me no and shut it. And I was like, please. Is that light blinking out there?
Yeah, it blinks.
There.
Here we are. Medical, sir.
Thank you.
Are you Letecia?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Kent. I'm a
Hi.
paramedic with the fire department. What's going on?
I have a little bit of chest pain,
Okay.
just like right here, and now I can't breathe. I just tried to get him to open the door so I could breathe, but
Okay.
he wouldn't.
When did your chest pain start?
Well, I didn't have I take lorazepam, so I don't know if they might be anxiety related, but
Okay.
Take your arm out of his jacket, please. So we
You have
can
a
get
history of
blood
anxiety?
I had anxiety since I was since I was 16.
Okay. And you just take the lorazepam as needed?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had taken it like a few days in a row, so
Okay.
without taking it, I feel like I'm getting
You can lay back if you're more comfortable. You don't have to
queasy
sit.
and sick.
Okay. Do you currently have chest pain right now?
Yep.
What does it feel
I'm
like?
telling them right now it's going up more and more.
What does it feel like? Is it a stabbing pain? Is it a pressure?
No, it's like pressure.
Pressure. Okay. Are you nauseated?
Yep.
Abnormally short of breath?
Well, I couldn't breathe in here, and I kept asking them could they open the door so I could breathe.
Okay. We're just going to check your heart, put some stickers on you, and take a picture of the electrical activity of your heart there. Do you have any other medical problems other than anxiety?
Any other ones?
Uh-huh.
You mean like dealing with that area or in general? In general?
Do you have any other medical problems like
No,
cancer,
yeah,
asthma,
no.
diabetes,
Yeah,
high
like-
blood pressure?
Yeah, like asthma. But
You have
not-
asthma?
But not those other ones that you said.
Do you have any other diagnosed medical history from a doctor?
Oh, diagnosed, no.
Okay. Do you take any medication every day other than the lorazepam we already talked about?
Not every day, no.
What other medicines do you take some days?
I don't know what it's called.
What is it for?
Sleeping?
Okay.
vital.
Do you have any allergies to medications?
No.
All right. What's your birthday?
August?
I have this on that too.
How old are you, miss? How old are you?
Oh, yeah, 35.
35.
Ma'am, what's your date of birth?
35.
What's that?
35.
No, what's your date of birth?
What day were you born? In what year?
35.
Okay, we'll get it from the police. We're gonna put some more stickers on your chest
shirt,
just
put
to
it on
take a
his
good look
shirt.
at your heart, okay?
Did I answer him wrong? I don't understand.
I'm just asking what your birthday is.
Oh,
And you
August.
keep saying 35.
August.
I'm sorry?
So you keep a bra over that.
What day in August?
Can you just go up? We're going to have to put some stickers right
Fourth.
underneath your left breast here so we can take a look at your
August
heart.
4th. What year?
Oh. 1983.
1983.
Ma'am, I didn't catch your name. Could you give me your name, please?
Tisha.
Letecia.
Tisha.
Can you spell Tisha, please?
Give her information. First name, last name.
Tisha.
So we can write down, please. Ma'am, when's the last time you had problems with your anxiety?
I have it every once in a while, like whenever I don't eat and don't get enough like exercise and a different routine.
Any drugs or alcohol today? Huh?
Yeah.
What have you taken?
The stem?
Huh?
Earlier before I went to the bathroom?
I'm asking if you consumed drugs or alcohol today.
Oh no, yeah, like Tylenol.
Just hold still for me.
get really dizzy.
Thank you. Yep.
It's a little bit dizzy.
Your vital signs look good. I'm gonna take a look at your heart here, okay?
Okay, cool. Can I sit up so I can breathe?
Yeah, you can sit up. Sure. Make yourself comfortable. Do you want to turn your legs over here so you can sit down and lean against the back of the couch there?
Okay.
Okay. You nauseous?
Yeah, and dizzy.
You have your phone on you still?
Here's the.
Thank you. It's kind of going down to my stomach now. Like right here. My stomach.
Okay, Bluetooth should be on.
Okay.
Oh. I can't hardly breathe, sir.
You're getting enough oxygen?
I know,
All your
but
vitals
I
are
feel like I can't hardly breathe.
Okay,
I just want to,
well.
like, if you got, like, some oxygen, air,
You're
pressure.
that's what I'm saying. Is you're getting enough oxygen. Right now, you need to control your breathing.
Okay,
So you
I'm
need
trying.
to slow your breathing down, okay?
I'm trying.
Because as you know, with anxiety, if you start over breathing, then that can develop that chest pain. Okay, so that's
Yeah, I'm
probably what's
trying.
going on here.
I'm trying.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's gonna work.
Let's try one more time. I'll turn off and turn back on.
So right now, the paramedics are discussing what they're looking at on the monitor.
Okay,
Just take a look and see.
right here.
Yep, they're looking at it right now.
Why am I doing this? I just am breathing, that's all.
I'm sorry.
I just am having breathing problems, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Is
Not,
it pretty
I don't-
consistent with your anxiety?
Not like this, I don't need this.
Going supposed
Yeah, I got you.
Did go?
I'm sending it right now.
Ma'am, would you like to go to the hospital?
Yes.
Your heart looks good. Everything looks normal.
Yes, I want to.
Okay, which hospital would you like to go to?
I mean, I don't even know where I'm at.
Okay, you're downtown, so Memorial's the closest. Is that okay? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Disconnect all these stickers.
I think we're gonna have to do it when we get down to the.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm getting cold.
Okay, just hang tight there. If you feel like you're gonna get sick, then go ahead and hold on to this bag here. We're just gonna figure out what we got going on here.
Oh. Ow, ow, ow.
All right, miss, let's go ahead and sit up. We're going to go walk out here to the stretcher. Get all your things. Are those your sunglasses?
Yeah.
Let's get your purse and your sunglasses.
Can I put them in there?
You doing?
Mm-hmm.
Doing all right.
Can I hold that?
Yep. If you need to get sick, use that. Stay right out there.
Thank you for watching. The next part of this series should be right here for you, and we will see you in the next one.